Hey guys, it's Becky from thecookierookie.com, and today I'm here with one of our all-time favorite dips, homemade hummus. With all the game days coming up and family get-togethers, holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, dips are a must. We need that party food around the table in order to get everyone together and having fun, but that doesn't mean it has to be unhealthy. Hummus is a great alternative because you can dip it with fresh veggies, it's got fresh ingredients, but it's also not horrible for you. Everybody at the party loves hummus, and we're here to make the best, creamiest homemade hummus. I just got back from Israel, so I have a couple tips and tricks that you're gonna love, and I cannot wait to show you. Let's get started. We're starting by putting garlic, lemon juice, and salt in a food processor. This homemade hummus does have a few steps, but don't let that intimidate you. We're gonna go through really slowly and show you each step as we go. It's very easy, it's just a little bit involved. This step we're going to pulse until combined, and then we're gonna let it sit in a bowl to let the garlic bloom and breathe a little bit before straining it out. So let's do that, and then we can move on to our next step. Okay, so we have combined our garlic, salt, and lemon juice, and we're gonna put it in this bowl and let it just sit and bloom until we're ready to use it about 10 minutes from now. Okay, so after this is set for about 10 minutes and the garlic has had time to infuse, we're going to pour it over a strainer. We don't need the chunks of garlic in the hummus. The infused lemon juice will do the trick. And we can set this aside. We're gonna use the bigger bowl for the rest. Just take a spatula and press this down. You wanna get as much liquid out of the garlic as you possibly can. Just keep processing until you feel like you've gotten all the liquid out. Okay, it's getting really dry, so I think we're about ready. So I can set this aside. And this strained garlic lemon juice is gonna go right back into the food processor. Let's talk about the star of the show, the chickpeas. Everybody knows chickpeas are the base for hummus, but we have a few easy tricks to get the skins off, which is the most time-intensive part of making hummus. We're just going to boil the chickpeas in about 2 inches of water with baking soda. The baking soda changes the pH of the water and helps to remove the skins. Through a process of skimming the top and getting the skins and all of the excess that comes off the chickpeas over and over again, very easily the skins will come off. You don't have to remove all the skins, and in fact you don't have to remove it at all, but removing the skins makes the hummus that much creamier and so much different than what you can buy at the store. It really is an extra special step in making this homemade hummus. So we have already removed most of the skins from these chickpeas. You can see that there are a few skins left, and that's totally fine. If you want to remove all the skins you can, but you definitely don't have to. We're gonna set these aside for 1 more minute while we process the next step. My favorite ingredient in hummus is tahini. And when I was just in Israel a couple weeks ago, which was the trip of a lifetime, the biggest thing I learned was not all tahinis are created equal. A good quality tahini should be pourable, not thick like peanut butter, much smoother, and should be light in color. There are all different kinds of tahinis, but a lot that we can buy at the store in the States is not as good of quality as you might get overseas. This was my favorite tahini from Israel, the brand that you can buy at the markets when you're just walking down the street, and you can actually buy it on Amazon, which was so exciting when I got home and realized I actually bought my mom a bottle. I love the little pigeon symbol, and that's how you can tell which one you want to buy. Get it right off Amazon, it's not expensive, and it makes all the difference. As you can see, this tahini is not thick. It's very creamy, it's got a great flavor, and it makes all the difference in the perfect homemade hummus. So I hope you give it a try. It's worth that 2-day shipping. I've linked to this brand both below in the comments and also in my blog post, so be sure to check it out if you have a couple extra minutes. We are going to process the tahini with some red pepper flakes and cumin and the lemon garlic in the food processor to start, and we're gonna add a little bit of ice water. And tahini is just sesame seed butter, if you didn't know what that was. We actually got to see it made in Israel, and it was so cool. It's in all sorts of desserts and savory recipes in Israeli culture. Absolutely delicious. You can also just dip bread in it just as is. We're gonna add cumin and some red pepper flakes. We're gonna pulse just 4 to 5 times to get it started, and then we're gonna add a little bit of ice water. As we add our ice water, we're actually gonna have the motor running, and we're just gonna add about a tablespoon at a time and make sure it doesn't seize up as we go. If you need a little bit more than a 1/4 cup, that's okay. Okay, and now it's time to add the chickpeas, the most important part. Once we have our chickpeas added, we're just gonna pulse until as creamy as you'd like it. If you need to add a little bit more ice water, feel free. I like to stop and scrape down the sides and make sure we're getting everything fully incorporated, and it already has a great consistency, so we're on the right track. It smells so good. Okay, we're almost there. It's getting so creamy. I don't think we need to add any extra water, but if you notice that yours is a little too thick, just add a little bit extra, 1 to 2 tablespoons of water. Okay, I think this is fully creamy and ready to go. I'll show you what it looks like. Perfect. We're just going to place it in the bowl, garnish, and we're ready to serve. So much creamier when you use good tahini and add that ice water. Makes all the difference. Healthy game day, here we come. Just want to make it pretty. We'll garnish with a little olive oil, just a bit. Parsley, pine nuts, of course, my favorite garnish for hummus, and a little smoky paprika. We're ready to serve. Hop over to cookiewiki.com for the full recipe.